Dumb. How's it going today? Have you ever watched my channel? Have you ever watched my streams before? I just got an announcement that I wanted to tell everybody that's watching. Nope. Okay. At least I know it's not. At least I know it's not unlisted this time. How's it going? I'm making eggs for, well, I'm wrapping some cured eggs I did for trout and salmon fishing. A lot of ice fishing this winter. Hopefully. Oh, this is too long. Whoops. Wow. How's it going? Just making wrapping up those Kool-Aide eggs that I did the other day. What's going on today, everybody? So you might be looking at me funny, how why is he not using the elastic band? Because I don't want to buy it. Simple as that. See? That's it. How's it going? What's going on today? For everybody that's watching, I'm gonna be saying this a lot throughout the stream. Pretty soon I'm gonna be switching to only horizontal live streaming. So that way I can have more usable content for myself and for you guys to watch. How's it going? I don't know if you heard me, but I'm actually gonna be pretty soon. Sure. Shout out to Chloe, or Chloe. I'm making salmon and trout bait. I'm also doing a special announcement. I'm gonna be switching to pretty much only horizontal live streams from now on for several different reasons. I just realized it's starting to rain on me now. Cool. Okay. I'm trying not to get the... No, I'm not fishing right now. I'm making bait. Of course it has to rain on me right now. But yeah, I'm just letting everybody know that I'm going to be switching to horizontal live streaming from now on. I'll probably do it either on the next stream or the one after that. I'm doing this for a number of different reasons, partially so that way I can have a little bit more content to film with and make videos for, so that way you guys can see all the really satisfying stuff that I like to do. And yeah, I want to be able to dedicate a little bit more time, or a lot more time, to actually editing videos and making them. And yeah. Thank you, Hannah. I'm not fishing right now, but I'm hoping to get some good luck. Please, everybody, like the stream. I need all the luck I can get. Just looking at some of my statistics, that's partially why I'm I'm switching. I like the growth, I like the interactions and all that, but at the same time, like I need to figure out how to make a living doing this, and that's the necessary step I have to take. Maybe follow in the steps of Asmongold someday. Zach Raw, or whatever you refer to him as. Same guy. No, you know, not in the exact ones, but obviously he does very well for himself. And he doesn't look stressed at all. Not really. Hey, let's get this stream up to 10 likes, everybody. Trying to get these things off of here. There we go. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, I'm going to be switching to horizontal live streams from now on. I'm making salmon baits, salmon and trout bait with the Kool-Aide eggs that I cured. I'm making trout and salmon bait with salmon eggs that I cured. And I'm also announcing that I'm going to be switching to horizontal live streaming from now on. I know the engagement is going to be, you know, lower. And, well, I know things are going to start off pretty slow at first, but I'm doing this for a number of different reasons. Partially because my POV mount that I'm using right now has a lot of limitations when having it like this, when having it upright. Because I have to hold my back like this just so I can film stuff in front of me and to be able to read the chat. I'm not fishing right now. I'm just making more baits. I'm also announcing that I'm going to be switching to horizontal live streams. Almost 10 likes, everybody. I see this as partially an opportunity to be able to get more long-form content out of what I need, out of what I want. And also to possibly make a lot more money in the future. Because I saw how the people liked the YouTube short I made. Well, the clip I got of, what was it? The clip I got of me catching that really awesome trout. I love microplastics, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to be on YouTube, but I'll be streaming sideways, like this, not like this. But if I were to put my phone sideways on my POV mount, I have a lot more flexibility because with you guys being able to see everything and me being able to see what you guys are asking me, I'll be able to film videos all in one format. I don't need to do this side to side bullshit because I hate doing that. It's more of a pain in the ass than it's worth at this point. How you doing, Team Nepal? I would use like cheesecloth for this, you know, something made out of cotton, but it just doesn't hold the eggs very well. Like the mesh is the mesh is just too big, and it's too thick. Maybe muslin cloth would work, but not really so much that. All right, 11 likes. Let's get to 20. Oh, I just used the red Kool-Aide. I also used what was it? Red Kool-Aide, honey, salt, and garlic powder. For some reason, stock trout love garlic powder. Never understood why. I have a video on my channel on how I cure the eggs. I did these on a live stream. If you want to go check that out, you can go right ahead. It's like the very first video I ever made for this channel. I think I had 2 different edits of it, but you can watch either one. They're pretty much the same. Oh, I don't use borax in mine. I don't like using borax. It's just too much chemical crap. I'd rather, and I also have one cure on that one for with some red 40 and salt, and that one works pretty good too. I don't know. Honestly, when my buddies go out fishing and they bring back some more fish, I'm gonna keep some eggs raw. Like I'm not gonna. They're gonna be uncured. I'm gonna keep them in my freezer. So that way I have eggs of all flavors. Make one grape flavored if I want. See if the fish like grapes. It's good size. Yeah, this is for trout, salmon, char, steelhead, dolly varden. Well, dollies might not bite on this so much, but probably cutthroat would bite on these. Yeah, I'm sure pike would bite on these. Burbot would probably bite on these, but not everybody has burbot. We have burbot up here. But now that there's more people here, from now on, I'm going to be doing horizontal live streaming for a number of reasons, mostly because my POV mount is made for phones facing sideways. And if you don't know what I mean by horizontal, right now we're streaming like this. I'm going to be streaming like this. It's going to be great for fishing because then you guys will be able to see a whole lot more of the view behind me. In the future, I'd like to upgrade to something better to stream off of, like an iPad maybe, depending on what I got going on. Yeah, these are yeah, the eggs are pretty tacky, but that's okay. There's just there's honey and sugar and stuff like that on them, so they're gonna be a little bit they're gonna be a little bit sticky, but that's okay. I like using the eggs to come on. I like using the eggs to sorry, I'm getting brain fog for some reason. The sugar content in them is going to spread out. Well, yeah, I can't talk today. The sugar in the Kool-Aide and everything like that, along with the red color, is going to spread out in the water, and it spreads pretty far. I've caught some pretty big fish on these little things like this. But like ice fishing is where it's at when it comes to these. They love it. Up where? Anchorage, Alaska. PVA. How you doing, Zakir? PVA? I don't know what PVA is. Anyway, just so everybody knows, I'm going to be streaming in a horizontal live stream from now on. After this one, probably. I'm doing it mostly because my POV mount fits better on a horizontal. Fits better horizontally than vertically. I've done one horizontal live stream before. It didn't do well, so that's why I stuck with doing this. But this is vertical, like shorts. And then this is horizontal. Making Halloween candies? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be using this for bait at some point. How you doing, Lillian? Leyland, excuse me. Yeah, it's a bit, but it's okay. You guys can get a good look at them. They got cool color. Like you can see that. I just saw the stickiness come off of it. Pick a smaller piece here. Yeah, I'm not gonna be streaming for too long today because I have to work in a couple hours. Okay. Well, king and Chinook, you mean Chinook. C, like chin, and then O-O-K. But king and Chinook are the same thing in Alaska. We don't call them anything different. Just a Chinook. A Chinook is just the original name for the other. But yeah, that's pretty cool. We do get some steelhead here, but they're kind of hard to find. Because I mean, the trout have plenty of food inland, so you know, why would they want to migrate outland? Some of them will just by, you know, sheer force of genetics and stuff like that. But what's going on? Oh, cool. How you doing, Nate? Thank you very much. Everybody that's watching, I'm gonna be streaming in horizontal format from now on. But I really want everybody to come out and watch, hang out with me. You'll be able to see a lot. You'll be able to see a lot more while we're fishing. It's gonna look a little bit different while I'm cutting fish, so, but that's fine. It's probably gonna be really cool to look at while I'm cooking. A super close-up view on a big old computer. Thanks, man. Have a good day. Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate it. Hannah's probably my most toppiest of top supporters, I guess. No, that sounded terrible. Wow, that was a horrible way to say that. Hey, let's get this up to 30 likes, everybody. I didn't realize he was even at 25. This is cool. I'm doing fine. How about you? Small fish. Well, you'd be surprised how big some of the fish can get on these things. It's not about the size, it's what it is. Up here, at least. How's it going, Kenneth? I'm wrapping up some eggs that I cured on my live stream. That I cured on a different live stream. If you guys want to go back and watch that, you can. I do have another video that's already out. At the very beginning, it's like one of the first videos I ever made for this channel. The thumbnail's pretty funny. It's I'm an idiot. You'll see it. It was actually curing not these very same batch of eggs, but yeah, it's doing this very same, not the same process, but it's the same process of getting to this result. Yeah. It's all right, Elias. No big deal. Yeah. Get all these crumbs off of me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I didn't even think you're still around. I just saw your chat and I just wanted to, you know, clarify I wasn't attacking nobody. It's just kind of how I have to talk, because I have to like do this in my head. Just like, this is for fishing bait. So that way I can talk. So that way I can read the comment as I talk. Oh yeah, we do this in Alaska all the time. I got these eggs from a buddy of mine when I actually cut all of his fish on a live stream. I'm actually a professional fish cutter, believe it or not. Everybody that's watching, I'm sorry I keep bringing this up. I'm gonna be live streaming horizontal from now on. So after I finish this, I'll show you what I mean if you don't know what I'm saying. Sorry I keep repeating this, but I know what my retention is. Instead of like, well, it's gonna be like this, not like this. Thank you, Hannah. I know you're sticking around for a while, but some people don't. So thank you for the patience. It's made out of plastic, basically. It's like nylon or something. Yeah, it's nylon. Yeah, this stuff's pretty cheap. It's like $5 a pack. You can get a big old roll, but this is bigger. This was bigger. They do have the little like squares, but I don't like having to buy the elastic bands. I just like doing this. It's cheaper and easier for me. I do vary these in size quite a bit because obviously not all the fish are going to bite on the same thing. Oh, it doesn't take that long because these things are really strong. It's really hard to rip these off the hook. How's it going, Brian? I'm making a salmon and trout bait and wherever else decides to bite onto this. I'd like to be able to go pike fishing pretty soon, but I need to get my car fixed. I had to get the spark plugs changed, and that's going to run me about $400 or $500, and I got to get a couple other things done to it. The reason why I'm saying that is because I have to drive a couple hours north to get to anywhere where I can actually get pike. Yeah. So it's going to take me a little bit of time. No, I'm not tying knots for people for hooks. I'm not good at that. Like I'll come around, like I'll live stream when I gotta fix my fishing gear, but I don't do that because I'm not a professional at it. I don't show people how to do that. I've done this a lot, but I do it this way because I'm cheap and lazy. I do show people how to cut fish. I not only do it on the internet, I do it at work too. But the problem that a lot of people have is they don't have a long enough attention span. And not all the time, but sometimes. Oh yeah, I use shrimp sometimes. It just depends on the body of water that you're in up here, because all the fish in different bodies of water are gonna bite on something different. Even though they're the same breed of fish, they're gonna bite on something different. It's kind of weird, but it's cool at the same time. The knots I'm tying so that way the bags don't come undone, because these eggs, once they get wet, they won't stick together. The scent will spread out. That's the whole point of it. Like, I know I'm tying these pretty tight, but it's all right. Hey, let's get this up to 50 likes. I had no idea this is gonna actually go this well. Just so everybody knows watching, I'm gonna be streaming in horizontal format from now on. I know I mentioned this a lot, but I'm just doing it anyway. So instead of like this, how you're watching it now, it's gonna be like this. So that way when I'm fishing, you're gonna have a much better view of things. My phone has more flexibility on the mount. And honestly, I can kind of use it a little bit easier. Yeah, they almost always bite them on eggs. Like trout at the lake that's not far from me, those fish rarely bite on eggs. They bite on shrimp and they bite on like trout magnet. The ones in the fish that are over in another one that I go to that's much bigger, those fish bite on eggs and shrimp and worms. The ones that I went fishing for yesterday, they only bite on worms and eggs. And yesterday they weren't biting on anything. I mean, they'll bite on like flies and stuff, but I don't have experience with flies. And I don't want to take up fly fishing just yet. I don't have enough patience for that right now. Yeah, I would think, I mean, this stuff's just so easy and convenient for me because I can just buy one product and have the whole thing done. And everybody around here carries this in a couple of different colors. So that's why this is easy for me. Damn. A 15-minute fight with a fish, I missed that. That's when the fish wants to live. You don't want to die. Anyway, everybody, please like the stream. 176 people watching. That's really cool. But just so everybody knows, I'm going to be switching to live. Oh, cool. What's going on, Nate? Yeah. Just so everybody knows, I'm going to be switching to horizontal format streaming from now on for a number of different reasons, mostly for content repurposing and flexibility with my POV mount that I'm wearing right now. Just for me to be able to show you stuff like this, I got to basically break my back. He looked heavier than he felt. Yeah. Bass don't have okay, when it comes, I'm going to talk about bass in fish cutting terms. Since they're in the cichlid family, they're not going to have a lot of meat on. They're just going to be mostly head. So that fish, after you fillet it skinless, boneless, is probably going to be about a 30% return, or as I say, a 30% yield on it. While something like king salmon, I'm talking gutted too. After you, what was it? If you were to take your bass, gut it, rinse it, and then weigh it, that's your start weight. And if you're good at cutting fish like I am, I don't know exactly what the yield is for most types of bass, but you should be able to get about a 30% yield out of it, skinless, boneless. When it comes to something like salmon, after you gut those fish, those we do skin on all the time because they don't really have very thick skin or anything or big scales. That's cool. Those fish have more of a return of if it's king salmon, it's more of a return of 75%. They have a lot more muscle on them. So those trout are gonna look a lot heavier than they actually are. Well, they're gonna be a lot heavier than they actually look. You just eating breakfast? Cool. Yeah, just have your buddy Rick do the cooking. Does your homeboy Rick have has he been wearing the same clothes for 13 years? Same hairdo, same shitmobile? I hope somebody gets the reference that I'm spitting off here. He's like that. He's that guy that lives in the trailer park that everybody kind of likes, but you can't stand him at the same time. Do I even need to quote the character? Drunk as fuck. Yep. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you very much. Somebody got it. I wish I could make a lot of shit analogies, but I'm not a legend at it like Mr. Leahy. Rick and Morty? Oh, so you're Morty. My favorite Rick is Tiny Rick. He's I love Bubbles. Bubbles is dope. You guys are awesome. You know that? You have no idea how much I'm enjoying this. Please, everybody, like the stream. Just so everybody knows, I know I've been saying this a lot. I'm going to be streaming in horizontal form from now on because my POV mount's better and you guys are going to get a better view of things. Those dogs need to shut up. Dumbs. Duh. Shut up. No, I gotta work today. I'm just wrapping all these up. I'm wrapping these up, and I'm making announcements. I'm making an announcement throughout the stream. I'm gonna be streaming in horizontal form from now on. Probably next time I go fishing. I'm doing this for a few different reasons, mostly for scenery and for versatility reasons. I just don't feel like going into all of it, but it's for good. I have good intentions behind it, I promise. Top 5 best beer. Well, I can tell you my number 1 best beer. It's called Grolsch. GROLSCH, I think. I had to think about that for a second because it's Belgian. But that's my favorite. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it. I want to be able to do this full time, so I got to be able to make it work so that way I can, I got to be able to make it work financially so that way I can do it full time. Because it doesn't make sense to do this full time if I can't make it work financially. You understand? I don't want to really go into the whole statistic thing. Oh my God, seriously? Hold on 1 second. Oh, I need to do something. Hold on. Sorry about that, everybody. I just had to disappear for a second, but bro, guys, everybody spam all the words that you can think of. You're doing it. Wait, what? Think of you're doing it. I will give him $3 billion. All right. $3 billion. Chimichanga. Sorry about that, everybody. I just had to go bring one of the dogs into the house. Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway. Oh, boy. The little one got out somehow. I saw her laying on her bed, and then I came outside to stream, and all of a sudden, the landlord's like, "Hey, the dog's outside." I was like, "What?" He texted me. Luckily, he's a cool guy. No, that was the big dog. They bark all the time for no reason. But the little one she must have slipped out. She must have slipped out the door while I was closing it, because I was going in and out of the house for a little bit. Anyway, she doesn't run off though, so that's good. Okay. Yeah, I have a channel, but I can't go full time till I get big. I mean, I'll go full time when a few personal conditions I have for myself are met. I don't know if I should reveal what those are, because that's my business. But they're nothing like, crazy and completely out in left field or nothing like that. They're perfectly sound, but that's my thing. But you'll know when you have time to go full time. I'll know when it's time for me to go, because living with the income I have now, I can't do that forever. I can't do it. I don't care what this company is going to be paying me to work for them and do anything they tell me to do. I can't do it. Like, it's not like I would tell people, but at the same time, I don't, because I like giving people information to those I care about. like really, really valuable stuff, you know, sometimes you gotta keep certain things to yourself, even if you don't want, even if you do have closest friends to you that you can share it with. But I don't do that very often. I don't usually get my hands on a lot of really good information, but when I do, I like to keep it in my head. Oh, I cure my eggs, yes. I have a video on my channel of exactly how I've done them in the past. You can check that out. It's like the very first one I made. I did these on a live stream in pretty much the same way, but it was a little, I don't know, it was kind of ghetto, honestly, but it's fine. They're all gonna work the same. Once my buddy brings back some fish for me to cut, which I will do it on a live stream, I will be I will be freezing some, obviously, to put into my freezer. And that way I have a flavor of raw egg at my disposal. Just in case the fish aren't wanting to bite on, you know, anything else, go for the raw eggs. Hey, as long as you're, oh yeah. Sorry, I had to read your message for a second. I mean, as long as I'm catching, I don't really care. Pretty much. Mostly if I have no food or something and I'm catching, but the only things I'm catching are, like, you know, not keepable fish, then I am gonna care. But that's a whole different story. One funny thing I heard from an Alaska State Trooper one time concerning, you know, if you hunt illegally but you're starving to death or something. Let's say you had to poach a moose, but you're obviously all skin and bone, and you had to harvest an animal illegally in some way, but Fish and Game catches you, but they can see that you're skin and bone. They'll take a lot of consideration into that, because this is a very real possibility that you have to deal with up in Alaska. This is not, I mean, Alaska's got a lot of nice people, and it's a beautiful place, but it can be very, very mean to you if you're not careful and you're not responsible enough. Well, yeah, I know. Once you get to a certain point, I'm already past that point. That's partially why I'm making the decision now to switch my format a little bit, because I figured if I can get my my numbers up to get my foot in the door, then I can really start experimenting with different things. Because I can't just stick with one thing forever. You know, I got to be able to switch stuff up every so often. But yeah, everybody, just so everybody knows, I'm going to be streaming in horizontal format from now on for a number of different reasons. But I really hope everybody sticks around and watches me do whatever I do and hangs out with me. $16 subs. How long have you had your account, has it been more than 90 days since your first upload? And have you uploaded more than 5 videos, I think? These are fish drugs. I'm wrapping cured salmon eggs that were cured in salt, honey, and what was it? Salt, honey, garlic, and Kool-Aide. I'm wrapping these in spawn sacks like nya, and wrapping it up like nya. All right, Nate's gonna go check his stats real quick. No, they are not. But they are very, very hard to rip off the hook. So if a fish happens to rip the egg sac open and take everything inside, more than likely this stuff... Okay, you can, Nate, you can start live streaming. No, I'm not fishing today. I have to work in like an hour and 15 minutes. But yeah, Nate, you can start live streaming. That'll be a quick way to build your channel up depending on what you're doing. That's exactly what I did. I got up to 200 subscribers after a whole bunch of attempts on making different videos, and then I just went to live streaming. But my strategy is going to change again. But everybody, I know I keep mentioning this, but I'm pretty soon I'm going to be streaming only in horizontal. The Kool-Aide doesn't put that much color off into the stream. It really just like I think it gives it more of a milk, more milk that comes off of it, and the scent travels farther. But I was told this by a friend of mine who learned it from an old lady that lives in a native village, and that's what they use. And they've been doing that for years. So they're all still alive mostly. Alaska always looks amazing. I hook these up directly onto my snap swivel, but if you have a fairly long like worm hook, like a J hook that has the things on the side that hold the worm on, you can hold it way up here and the fish will bite down onto it that way. Alaska is, I mean, magical. Maybe. Amazing? Hell yeah. I mean, I can live an entire lifetime and never see it. I've only used red, standard Kool-Aide. You can check out one of the videos that I have on my channel of exactly how I did it the first time I did it, and all those eggs worked amazing. But it's a really simple process. It's like the very first video I put up on my channel. Oh man, my back hurts. You cast for food as intended. Oh, I do both. Catch. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. I see bears every so often. I haven't come across them while out and about. I've come across moose a lot more, to be honest with you. Moose will fuck you up. I fish to eat, and I also fish to have fun. I mean, I prefer to fish to eat, but not all the fish not all the fish I'm catching are eating size for me. If you want to take a vacation to Alaska, best thing to do is to fly into Anchorage. Make sure you got about, 10 grand on hand or 10 grand to spend. Rent yourself a motorhome, like a mini Winnie or something, and then drive everywhere. That might be the cheapest way for you to go, unless you were to sleep in the car. In that case, I don't blame you. But fishing and hunting licenses for out-of-state residents are very expensive. And obviously, if you don't bring your fishing gear, you have to get your own. And then you'd be paying Alaska prices. So there's that. Let's see. Hunting permits would be unbelievably expensive. And then if you didn't bring your own firearms, you had to buy your own, I guess. Or maybe you get it from the guide. I really don't know. I've never been on a hunting guide before. Pan for gold. Yeah, if you can get to it. Hand's getting really sticky now. Well, a fishing license, I don't know how much out of state is, but fishing license in state for freshwater is $20 and a king stamp is $10. So for out of state, it's probably closer to $100. If you're an out of state resident, you're trying to shoot a moose, you're probably going to be spending around $5,000, or maybe $1,000 for the moose tag, and then another like $150 or $200 for the hunting permit. Oh, we don't have to buy a trout stamp. That sucks. Yeah, here in the regulations, fishing in you know, when the ice is not, when there's no frozen lakes, you're only allowed to use one rod with up to 2 hooks on it at a time. And this is freshwater lakes and rivers. When it comes to ice fishing, you're only allowed to have, you can have 2 tip-ups, 2 rods, or a tip-up and a rod with one hook each on it, and that's it. That's the main things you got to remember. Oh, my back. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to be streaming in horizontal view pretty soon. I'm doing it for a lot of different reasons. So instead of watching it like this, how you are now, you're going to be watching it like that, which is fine. When it comes to fishing, that's going to be a good time. Cutting fish, I don't know how I'm going to make that work yet, but eventually I'd like to upgrade to maybe something like an iPad, so that way I can stream off of it. I can see the chats a lot better, because when you're streaming a horizontal on a phone, the chats tend to disappear pretty quickly. I know I like the vertical, but it has to do with my my POV mount. I don't have very much flexibility in it, and in order for me to, like, this is me sitting straight up. When I'm fishing, stuff is way out here, so you're facing down at the water. I have to, in order for me to do this and read chat, that's how I have to sit. Well, that's how I have to be. But if I were to angle it, the phone's almost touching my nose, and I can't read the chats at all. But if I turn it sideways and put it forward, and then tilt it up like that, I can still read the chats and everything's in front of me. I'm gonna adjust it back. Now we're back to how it was. Oh yeah, we get snow in September. Sometimes we do. Last year we got snow pretty early. What was it? Yeah, sometimes it'll be snowing around. Okay, I just had to text my girlfriend real quick. No, I was not born in Alaska. No, every state has different licenses and different regulations, so it doesn't work like a driver's license. I'm making trout and salmon bait, and whatever fish decides to bite onto it. These are cured salmon eggs that I did with a buddy's salmon eggs of mine that I cut for him on a live stream. If you want to, you can go check that out. I've cured them in a few different ways. And I hope to get some more this weekend so that way I can keep some raw and then just freeze them in my freezer. These are salmon eggs. I've been here for like 10 years, something like that. Yeah, they're kind of gross. They smell a little weird, but fish bite on them. These ones are cured with come on. These ones are cured with garlic and honey and Kool-Aide and salt. There we go. Okay. 76. The Forbidden Gusher. Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, I'd still consider doing it. Well, I grew up in the southern Midwest, and I've always wanted to live here. It was cool. It was always cool here. Do you ever fish for Hellgrammites? I don't know what those are. That's okay. I was actually gonna run an idea by you guys before we end. Well, one of my first live streams I want to do is I've gotten a lot of hate for hand axe reminded me of this. I got a lot of hate for almost stabbed myself for my garden looking like shit. So what I want to do is I want to make a live stream of these are salmon eggs that I'm wrapping for trout and salmon bait and whatever decides to bite onto it. I want to be able to make a live stream that I want to call Gardening in My Shitty Little Garden. It's like Starvin is live, Gardening in My Shitty Little Garden. Yeah, I made a few of these, but not too many. I actually get to get going to work here in a minute, but I'm really glad everybody came out and watched. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff in the future. I want to be able to do. Oh man, I want to be able to do everything. I like doing this. This is fun. Here goes fruits and veggies. Yeah, right. I mean, I haven't harvested very much out of it. The most I've gotten out of it, the most substantial harvest I've gotten was mushrooms, believe it or not. I actually have mushrooms inoculated into my ground over there. It's pretty sick. But yeah, I'm really glad everybody came out to watch. I thank every one of you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and come hang out with me again sometime. Thanks, everybody.